am Jennifer Cohen, and welcome to the Points Plus Total Cardio Stretch. We will polish your balance and flexibility by combining the precision of yoga with the grace of dance. This is not your normal yoga routine. We're going to start our workout, but first I want to introduce you to my team. We have Kathy and Janie. Kathy will be doing all the modifications for the exercises. So at any time, if you want, follow Kathy. All right, let's get started. Let's do a big inhale all the way in. And exhale, bring your arms down. Let's do this again. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Breathing all the way through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Trying to get in a steady rhythm of breathing to keep the oxygen flowing while I take you through the stretch. Let's keep it going all the way in and exhale out. This time we're going to inhale all the way up. And on the exhale, forward fold. Now you can either grab onto your elbows here or let your arms fall to the ground, whatever gives you a better stretch. You can try bending one knee and alternate between that, sitting into your hips. We all have different flexibility levels, so whatever feels best to you today is what you can try. We're gonna hang out here for one more breath. And on your exhale, roll yourself up really slowly. And let's do this again. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Letting your arms fall to the ground or holding onto your elbows. Either way works. Let's do one more inhale here. And on your exhale, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna add on a little bit, so inhale all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. This time, extend your spine towards the TV and glance at me, hello. Bring your head back towards the ground. And then on your exhale, roll up again slowly. Let's do this again. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards me. Glance back down to the ground. And then roll yourself up slowly. Again, inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And then exhale all the way out. Extend your spine towards the TV. Glance back down at the ground. And now this time, walk yourself out into an upside down V, or what we call a downward facing dog in yoga. You're trying to lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. Your hands are planted into the ground. Your chest is being pushed towards your thighs, building more heat in your upper body as your lower body is feeling a wonderful stretch in your hamstrings and in your calves. All 10 toes should be facing forward, and your heels should be trying to push and press down to the ground. Let's take one more breath here. And then on your exhale, walk yourself back to your hands and then roll up slowly. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And now exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards the TV. Smile at me. And then bring your head back down. And now walk yourself back out to that downward facing dog or upside down V. Lifting your tailbone towards the ceiling and pressing your chest through towards your legs. Keep going, keep feeling the stretch. Let's do one more inhale here. And then on your exhale, walk yourself back towards your hands and then roll up slowly again. We're gonna add on just a little bit. We're gonna go into a plie position. So your toes should be facing the corners of the room. Your hips and your shoulders should be right in line with each other, keeping your belly button pulled in. We're gonna lower and lift, building more heat now in our lower body. Add arms if you like. That's it, keep going. We have 4 more like this. This is 3. This is 2. And 1 more. And now bring your feet back together And we're going to keep going. We're going to inhale all the way up. And then on your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards me. Then lower your head towards the ground. Walk yourself back out to a downward facing dog position or an upside down V, whatever you want to call it. Lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. Trying to press your heels into the ground. Hold it here, feeling a stretch in your hamstrings and in your calves. Let's do one more inhale here. And on your exhale, lower your hips to a plank or a modified plank by going onto your knees, untucking your toes, and engaging your core. This in itself is quite a challenge, so if you're okay with this, I'm fine with this too. So hold it here for one breath, and on your exhale, bring yourself back up to a downward facing dog. That's it. You got it. Hold it here. Let's do one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, walk yourself back towards your hands and roll up slowly. Let's do this again. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards the TV. Bring your head back towards the ground. Walk yourself back out to that upside down V, pressing your hands into the ground. Holding your position, lifting your tailbone towards the ceiling. Let's do one more inhale. And then on your exhale, lowering your hips again to your plank or your modified plank, whatever you prefer. Holding it here for one more inhale. And on your exhale, bring yourself right back into that downward facing dog, pushing yourself back into that position, feeling your body building the heat, feeling your hamstrings, your calves stretching, your upper body is being opened up by pushing your chest towards your thighs. Let's hold it here. We have one more breath. And then on your exhale, walk yourself back to your hands again and roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna go back into those pliés. So now bring your toes towards the corner of the room, making sure your core is engaged, your hips are right underneath your shoulders, and you're gonna lower your body and you're gonna lift. You can either keep your hands on your hips or bring your arms out to the sides as you do the movement. Let's do 6 more here. This is 5, 4, 3, you got 2, and 1 more. And then bring your feet back together, and we're gonna add on some more. You ready? Let's inhale all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards the TV set, and then look down again. Walk yourself out towards your downward facing dog, holding it here. Remember, lifting that tailbone towards the ceiling, trying to press your heels down towards the ground, pushing your chest towards your thighs. Hold it here. One more inhale. And on your exhale, lowering your hip to your plank or modified plank by untucking your feet. Remember, your hands should be right underneath your shoulders. You're engaging your core. You're breathing all the way in and all the way out. Let's do one more breath here. And then on your exhale, lower your chest towards the ground. And then press your chest up, making sure your shoulders are away from your ears. And then bring yourself right back down. And then press your chest up again, feeling a stretch within your chest. And then right back down again. Tuck your toes under. Push and press yourself back up into the downward facing dog position. Holding it here, going at your own pace. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Let's do one more inhale in. And then on your exhale, walk yourself back towards your hands and roll up slowly again. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards the TV. Look right back down. And then walk your feet out back into your downward facing dog position. Remember, trying to press your heels down to the ground as far as you can. Holding it here, keeping your core engaged, trying to lift that tailbone towards the ceiling. One more inhale. And on your exhale, lowering your hips again down into your plank or modified plank by untucking your toes, holding it here, engaging your core. And then let's bring ourselves back down towards the ground. And then press your chest up, making sure your shoulders are away from your ears. This is called a baby cobra for those of you who are people who know yoga. And then bring yourself back down. And let's do that one more time, you guys. Bring yourself all the way up. And then on your exhale, right back down to the ground. Tuck your toes again. Press up and back into your downward facing dog. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Building more and more heat as we continue to go through these movements. Let's do one more inhale. And on your exhale, walk your feet back towards your hands and then roll up slowly again, back into the plie series. So toes facing the corners, tummy is tight. You're gonna lower and lift, lower and lift. Add arms if you'd like. That's it. Keep going. We have another 6 more here. This is 5, 4, 3. You got it. Keep with me. 2 and 1. And bring your feet back together. And we're going to keep on adding on. Let's go. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine. Glance at the TV. Look back down again. Walk yourself out into your downward facing dog, holding it here. One more inhale. And on your exhale, bring one foot towards the front of your mat, making sure all 10 toes are pointing forward. And then when you get your balance by using your core, bring your arms up to your knees. Really use your core here to help balance you. And then when you have stability, try and raise your arms up towards the ceiling, holding it here. And then from here, let's lower and lift. Lower and lift. Remember, you can always follow Kathy. She's modifying this move. And as you get more proficient, you can try it with me and Jamie. Let's keep going. We have 3 more. This is 3. This is 2. 1 more. And now bring yourself back towards your knee and then back towards the ground. And then walk yourself right back into that downward facing dog position. Holding it here. Whew. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Now let's walk ourselves back towards our hands. Come all the way up and do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up and exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards me and then let your head fall towards the ground and then walk your feet out into your downward facing dog. Holding it here for 1 more inhale. And then on your exhale, bring the other foot forward, making sure all 10 toes are pointed towards the television, towards me. Now, by using your core, when you get your balance, try to come up onto your knee, and then making sure you're lifting your upper body. Really use your core here, engage your core. And if you're comfortable, now raise your hands towards the ceiling, trying to touch the ceiling with your fingertips, and we're gonna lower and lift. Lower and lift, you got it. Keep it going. We got 8 more to go. This is 7, 6, stay with me, 5, 4, 3, use your core, 2, we got 1 more to go. That's it. Now come back onto your knee, and when you have your stability, make your way back onto the mat and walk yourself back towards your downward facing dog by pressing back, lifting your tailbone towards the ceiling, trying to get those heels as close to the mat as possible. Hold it here for 1 more breath. And then on your exhale, walk your feet towards your hands and roll up slowly. Perfect. Let's keep on going. We're going to inhale, reaching your arms all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine. Look at me. And then look right back down. Walk yourself out to that upside down V, or what I call, and yoga calls, a downward facing dog. Holding it here. And now we're going to add on again. You're going to take one leg and bring it towards the front of the mat like we just did. All 10 toes are pointed forward. When you get your stability, come up onto your knee. And then from here, come up into an upright position. And from your hip, rotate your back leg so your heel is now being pressed onto the mat. So your back leg, your back foot is now parallel with the back of the room, while the front leg is still being bent. Your core is engaged. And what I want you to do is now take both arms out towards the sides and really use your legs, the power in your legs and your core to keep this position, stabilizing you. Holding it here. Now take your front fingertips towards the ground, elbow going on the inside of your knee, other arm is being lifted towards the ceiling. Breathe here, all the way in and all the way out. And then come right back into center with me. And then take the front arm up and over your ear towards the back of the room, feeling a stretch now on the side of your body. Letting the other arm hang. You don't want to pull or press on the back leg. 1 more breath here. And then bring yourself back to center. And we're going to do this again. Take the front fingertips towards the ground. Elbow in on the inside of your knee. Other arm is being lifted towards the ceiling. 1 more breath in here. And then on your exhale, come right back to center. And then let's do the reverse. Up and over your ear. Again, feeling that wonderful stretch in the side of your body, building more heat, increasing the intensity. Let's do 1 more breath here. And then your exhale, come back to center. And let's do this again. Bringing your fingertips towards the ground as far as you can. Holding it here. Trying to touch the ceiling. 1 more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. And then reverse it again. Bringing it up and over your ear. Other arm is loose towards the ground. 1 more inhale. And then on your exhale, come back to center. And let's do this 1 more time. Let's go all the way down as far as you can. Holding it here. 1 more inhale in. And then on your exhale, come right back to center and reverse it up and over your ear. Try to touch the back of the room as far as you can, making sure that front leg is still being bent. One more inhale, and on your exhale, come back to center. Now take that back leg, lift your heel, bring your toes towards the front of the room, bring yourself to your thigh, and when you're comfortable, come back to the ground, and then step right back into your downward facing dog by pressing up, and then inhale one more time, and then your exhale, walk yourself back up. Whew. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, and then your exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards me. Let your head go a little towards the ground. Walk yourself back towards your downward facing dog, pressing your hands into the ground. One more inhale here. And now this time, bring your other foot forward, making sure all 10 toes are pointing forward, keeping your core engaged, get your balance, and come up to your knee, and then making sure your upper body is upright. Now take your back leg and rotate from your hip so your heel now is on the ground, so it's parallel again to the back of the room while keeping your front leg bent as much as you can. If it's only a couple inches, that's no problem. And now take your arms out to the side, really extending, holding it here, making sure your belly button is being pulled in towards your spine. And now take your fingertips towards the floor, elbow on the inside of your knee, and your other arm is being lifted towards the ceiling. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Let's do one more inhale. And on your exhale, come right back to center and reverse it up and over your ear. Now feeling a stretch on the other side. You're feeling in your obliques, your entire torso is getting a wonderful stretch here. One more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. And we're going to do this again. Fingertips go towards the ground. Other arm is being lifted. Your fingertips are trying to touch the ceiling. Really extend those fingers towards the ceiling. Making sure your front knee is still being bent. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, come back to center and reverse it again over your ear. Try not to press back on your back leg, holding it here, keeping your core engaged. One more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. And we're going to do this again. Fingertips towards the ground. Other arm is being pressed towards the ceiling. One more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center, going at your own pace at all times. Let's do this again, reversing it back over your ear. Wonderful. Keeping that front leg bent. One more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. And we're going to do this one more time. Come with me down all the way as you can. Other arm is being pressed towards the ceiling. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. We have one more breath here. And on your exhale, come right back to center. And let's reverse this for the last time over your ear. Feeling a stretch in the front of your body. Holding it here for one more inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. And then take that back leg and rotating from your hip, turn your toes towards me. So all 10 toes are facing me now. Make your way to your knee or your thigh. And when you're stabilized, come back towards the ground. Walk yourself back out towards your downward facing dog, pressing and pulling your tailbone up, having your heel trying to press down towards the ground. Let's have one more inhale here. And then on your exhale, walk yourself back towards your hands and roll up slowly. All right, you guys, we're almost done. Stay with me. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Extend your spine towards me. Lower your head up towards the ground. Now walk yourself back out to that downward facing dog position. This time, bring your knee to the ground and your toes should now face the corner of the room. Untuck the back of your leg and slide it down the mat. So right here, you should be feeling a wonderful stretch in your hips and in your glutes. We tend to carry a lot of stress in this area. It's the largest muscle group in our body. But for those of you who need a deeper stretch, come down onto your forearms. That will give you even a deeper stretch throughout your lower body. And for those who are extremely flexible, you can even bring your arms all the way out. So there are all different options for all different levels of flexibility. I'm gonna stay over here on my forearms. I don't know what these girls are doing, but yep, right over here. All right, so let's take one more breath in here. And then on your exhale, bring yourself back to your hands if you're not there already, and tuck your toes back up and come pressing yourself up towards a downward facing dog. That's it. And let's now do the same thing on the other side. So take your other knee towards the ground. Your toes should now go to the corner of the room. Untuck that back leg and then slide that foot out towards the back of the room. Feeling the same stretch now in the other glute and an opening in your hips on this side. And the same thing, if you need more of a stretch, come down onto your forearms or even all the way out to your arms, depending on how flexible you are. And hold it here, feeling your hips opening, getting that great stretch in your glutes. This is a really good stretch. I love it, I do it all the time. Hence why it's in this video. Let's do one more breath in here. And then come back to your hands if you're not there already. And then untuck the back leg and press up off the ground and in back to your downward facing dog. Hold it here. One more inhale. And on your exhale, walk yourself back towards your hands and roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, your head being the last to come out. And now we're gonna do a bridge series. So come with me back down towards the ground and sit on your mat or your carpet or whatever you're on, and then lie back on to the floor and try to bring your feet as close to your glutes as you can and press your spine as much as you can into the ground. And from here, I want you to peel your tailbone off of the ground by squeezing your glutes on the way up, and try to get your body in a straight line from your shoulders to your knees, holding it here, keeping your tummy engaged, making sure those glutes are squeezed as well, holding it here. Let's do one more inhale. And then on your exhale, bring yourself all the way back to the ground, one vertebrae at a time, slowly. And we're gonna do this again, same setup. Ready? Spine should be being pressed to the ground, and you're gonna now peel your tailbone off of the ground, all the way up by making sure your glutes are being squeezed at the same time. And your body should be in one straight line from your knees to your shoulders, making sure your core is engaged. You're holding this position, breathing all the way in and all the way out. We're gonna do one more deep breath in. And then on your exhale, come down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Great work. Now, bring your knees all the way into your chest and just rock back and forth. The hard part's over. We're cooling down. We're rocking, we're giving our lower back a little bit of a massage here. Perfect. And now take your hands out to the sides, keeping your palms facing the ceiling. And now take your knees and drop them to one side of your body, giving your spine a rotation, feeling a stretch in your back. We've worked really hard. Flexibility is a very important part of any workout regimen. So this workout is a great part of your routine. And now bring your knees back towards the center and drop your knees to the other side of your body, giving your spine that rotation it needs. Perfect. Let's inhale one more time all the way in. And then exhale out. And bring your knees all the way back towards center. And then roll up to a seated position. Perfect. And now take your feet and bring them all the way out towards me. And try to touch your feet or as far as you can. Again, we all are different in flexibility, so whatever you can do is totally fine. As long as you feel the stretch, that's what counts. Holding it here for one more breath. And on your exhale, come right back up to an upright position. And you are officially done your workout. Thank you so much. You did a great job. See you soon.